And now, our story continues. Pop Walters was in an easier frame of mind this morning after his first disquieting reaction to Leroy Duval's proposition. Inwardly, he hadn't been too sure that Sheriff Ellis was completely deceived as to Pop's pretended innocence of the bootlegging charge. And Duval's offer had been tempting. It was a lot of money, and if he could believe his partner, confessing to the bootlegging would mean serving only a short time before being paroled. But the memory of a penitentiary was still fresh enough in Pop's mind that it curbed his interest in possessing even so large an amount of cash. This morning, he was behind the soda fountain in his small sweet shop, getting the place ready for the expected noontime rush of high school youngsters. The prospect of renewed business with the start of the school term accounted for his good humor. Besides, he thought, Sheriff Ellis had nothing on him, and without proof, what could he do? But Pop's mood changed quickly as he heard the door open, looked up to see the mild-mannered sheriff entering.
Morning, Walters.
Morning. What do you want?
Me? Nothing special. Just stopped in for a neighborly visit.
Neighborly, huh? Don't strike me you've been so neighborly up to now, Sheriff.
If you're thinking about that raid, Walters, well, those things happen. But they don't need to throw a man, not when he's innocent. And I reckon you got a clear conscience, haven't you?
Why not? You looked my place over. You didn't find anything?
That's what I mean. You got a clean bill of health. How's business?
I ain't complaining.
Ought to be picking up now that school started. You get a big play from the kids, don't you?
Sure. I give them what they want.
Yes, sir, you got a nice little place here. It's right handy to the school. Makes a good spot for the kids to hang out. I don't know why it is you always find them around the sweet store. You ought to be doing all right. As a matter of fact, it reminds me of a place we used to have back in Quanah, Texas, when I was a kid. The old fellow who run the place made the best butterscotch sundaes I ever tasted.
Butterscotch?
Yes, sir. I was always partial to butterscotch.
Well, seeing as how this is a neighborly visit, Sheriff, I'll make you one.
Oh, fine. Of course, that's a little tame for a grown man. You wouldn't have anything stronger, would you?
Now, look here, Sheriff.
Oh, take it easy, Walters. I was just kidding.
Yeah, I ain't so sure about that. Seems to me you're insinuating something you got no business to, considering the way that raid turned out.
Oh, by the way, speaking of that raid, I thought you was of a mind to cause some trouble about it. How come you didn't?
I figured I didn't have to protest my innocence.
Yeah, that's right. I'd say that's sound reasoning. Oh, you say you got butterscotch, huh? I think I'll take you up on that offer. Kind of whetted my appetite thinking about it.
Okay, Sheriff.
Somebody was telling me you're a Southerner, Walters. What part of the South you hail from?
Tennessee.
Tennessee, huh? What part of Tennessee?
Oh, Nashville, Memphis, Jackson, Knoxville, all over.
Oh, I see. You ever been in Chattanooga?
Yeah, I've been there.
I never been in Tennessee myself. I used to know a fella from down that way, though. Kind of a ladies' man. He never would talk about it much, but I always figured one of his lady friends gave him some trouble back there. You're a widower yourself, ain't you, Walters?
That's right. There you are, Sheriff.
Say, no. That's what I call an appetizing dish. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's mighty tasty, too. Yes, sir, I always wanted to take a trip down through the South. Maybe a boat trip on the old Mississippi. I guess you've traveled a lot, haven't you, Walters?
Me? What makes you think so?
Oh, I don't know. You look like a man that's been around. You take me now. I never was out of Texas until I was a grown man. And then just to move up here. Oh, it's a fine state, though. You ever been there? Dallas, Waco, San Antonio?
Yeah, I've been there.
I always figured I'd go back. I never did. My mother's sister was living here when she died a good many years ago. She left me a house and a little money. I come up here to take care of things. And I met Lucy. That's my wife. Instead of selling the house, we got married and moved into it. Seems to me you said your wife's name was Lucy, too, Walters.
I don't recall saying what her name was, Sheriff.
Huh? Oh, that's funny. I wonder what gave me that idea. Well, I never regretted settling down here, though. It's a nice, comfortable town. Lucy's been a mighty good wife. Like the fella says, you can't beat a good wife, especially if she's bigger than you are. How about that, Walters?
Yeah. I reckon that's right, all right, Sheriff. It ain't a good idea to try it, anyway.
Take a man like you, though, Walters. A man that's been around, seen a lot of the country. How come you to settle down in a little place like Elkhorn City?
Well, what's so funny about that?
Kind of cramps your style, don't it?
What do you mean?
Well, when a man gets your age, a widower, and a mighty handsome fella to boot, you ought to be looking around for a little nest egg. Maybe a widow with a little money. Something that'd keep him from having to work through his declining years.
Look here, Sheriff. Come out with it. What are you getting at?
What could I be getting at?
Don't kid me. You coppers are all alike. You don't go around throwing a lot of questions unless you got some reason.
You sound like you know something about the routine, Walters.
Well, I wasn't born yesterday. But if you think you can pin anything on me, you're crazy.
Well, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Seems to me you got into a little trouble back there in Chattanooga some time ago. You wouldn't know anything about Lucy Hopkins, would you, Walters? She was a widow with a little money. That is, she had a little money until she married a fella named George Engelman.
Yeah? What about it?
Well, nothing special. Except this Engelman fella forgot to mention to her he already had a wife at the time. Under a different name. Name was Stanley Walters.
Pretty smart, ain't you?
Smarter than you think, maybe. And there was a little something that happened in St. Joe that you might remember. A quick money scheme that landed you in Leavenworth for a couple of years. Or would you like to forget it, Walters?
Where'd you get this information?
Well, I ain't been many places, but as sheriff of this town, I know my way around. Of course, my report's not complete yet, but I'm still working on it.
Yeah, that's the way with you guys. The minute you find out a man has a record, you don't give him a break. Right away, you look for something to pin on him.
You won't get anything pinned on you here that you ain't guilty of, Walters. But you're the best judge of whether you got it coming or not. That Scanlon kid, he says you're the one that hired him to handle the liquor.
I told you why he tried to get me mixed up in it. He had a grudge against me, that's all.
Maybe so. I ain't saying he's right or you're wrong. But I aim to find out.
My word's as good as his.
Not if you're lying, it ain't. Now, I keep an open mind, Walters. Might be like you say, but Ricky's already confessed to his part in it, and I can't figure what he has to gain by incriminating you. So all I can say is, if you're not guilty, you've got nothing to worry about.
Well, I'm not worried.
You don't say that very convincing, Walters.
Okay, go ahead and try to pin it on me. Let's see how far you'll get. You searched my place once and didn't find anything, and you can search it 100 times and won't. You can't do a thing without proof.
Yeah, that's right, Walters. But the thing I'm most interested in is cleaning up this whiskey selling here in Elkhorn City, and it don't make much difference how it's done. Maybe I can stop it without ever having proof that you're behind it.
What do you mean?
Maybe I can find something else to grab you on.
That bigamy charge in Chattanooga and that St. Joe deal, they've been squared up. You can't do a thing about them.
Sure, those are squared up. But I hope I don't get any worse reports on you, Walters. Because if I do, I'll be back quicker than you can holler Jack Robinson. And just between us, I got a good hunch that Ricky Scanlon told us the truth.
As Pop Walters glared at the affable, mild-appearing sheriff, he felt a growing uneasiness. If Ellis had already started checking into his past, it could mean that Pop was finished in Elkhorn City. How long would it take the persistent sheriff to learn there were still a couple of uncleared charges against him? What solution, if any, would Duval have? Pop knew he would have to talk to his partner at once. But Pop Walters doesn't realize that it is Leroy Duval who, with Jonathan Smith, is responsible for the sheriff's visit.